Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dro Show!
Anybody who tuned into the podcast before knows I am a hip-hop head beyond just being an artist. You know what I mean? So I want to touch a little bit about what's actually going on in the culture right now, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to start with the ugly. That Travis Scott concert. Man, rest in peace to the 9 people who lost their lives going to a concert. And I've had this conversation with a couple of different people. Who's to blame for this? You know, is it him? I've been hearing in the media that it's all Travis Scott's fault. Travis Scott didn't stop the show. Or is it security? Is it the venue? Me personally, I'm going to blame security in the venue. I'm not going to blame the artist because the artist's job is to get up there and give the people a show, which he did. He did a damn good job. But a lot of people are blaming him because as they show the footage, they were saying, hey, stop the show. Stop the show. And he didn't stop the show. But again, he's the artist. He's just doing his job. You feel me? Obviously, whoever created that venue or whoever allowed the maximum capacity allowed way too many people in there. I've heard that at shows he encourages people to rage and all that. I mean, it's a live show. What do you expect? A lot of artists do live shows like that. Same token, I'm not condemning him for their death at all. I'm just seeing the bigger picture. I'm an artist myself. I have never done a show to that size, but if I did, why would I be held accountable for what's going on in the audience when I'm just on the stage performing? You feel me? So for all those who've been going hard at Travis Scott, think about that for a minute. You know, think about it. Moving on. Snoop Dogg got a new album out. Man, shout out to Snoop Dogg, who is probably my favorite entertainer in hip-hop history. He's not my favorite rapper. He's dope. Doggy Style is one of my favorite albums of all time. He's not my favorite rapper, but he is my favorite entertainer. Why? Because he can do it all. He can do everything. He can go smoke a blunt with Dr. Dre and then go cook a pot with Martha Stewart. And then they go put together a cypher like The Joint with Jadakiss and Benny and Busta. Oh, Lord. Hey, man. I was listening to an interview that he had where he was talking about him feeling like New York has lost a step a little bit. He wasn't saying it in a disrespectful way, but I got what he was saying. The people who I just named are all straight up spitters. They coming out of New York and they repping hard. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see Snoop in the position that he's in with Def Jam, putting together a lot of different artists from different regions, especially the East Coast, and putting together a compilation project. Algorithm. I haven't heard the whole thing yet, but from what I've heard off it, banging. Can't wait to hear the rest of it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher finally signed the deal. Finally. I was like, well, damn. Conway and Westside went over here to Shady. Why ain't Benny signed? Now that's the fan in me. The artist in me know that was the smartest shit he could have possibly did. Why? It's better to be indie, build up your leverage, and then go sign with a major. Because then you actually have negotiation leverage. And Benny got all the negotiation leverage in the world because of all the things that he did before he signed, when he was indie, building up his own fan base, a stable fan base at that, rocking with all these other artists and making sure that when he signed, he had the leverage to go in there and get the deal that he felt like not only he wanted, he deserved. You get what I'm saying? A lot of artists shortchange themselves, or they go in there and they be so quick to sign because they just want a deal. I get that. Depending on what your situation was before the paperwork's in your face, you might just take whatever. But a lot of people don't realize record contracts, for one, aren't really that necessary nowadays, and two, it's like a student loan on steroids. They give you a lot of money up front, but you have to recoup before you see any money. So let's just say hypothetically, they give you $200,000 up front. You eager to get that $200,000, but you don't realize you have to recoup $1 million for the company that gave you the $200,000 before you see any money. And even when you do see money, you're breaking percentages off with them. You're breaking percentages off with your management. You're breaking percentages off with other people involved. So are you really maximizing profit? Yeah, I mean, I just don't think a lot of artists just aren't taught. So, I mean, I don't blame them, but when you know the business, you understand why Benny's moving how he's moving. You get it. And I know. I've never had like a big major deal, but I understand when the internet came into play, it changed the entire dynamic of what getting a deal was all about. And you could build up your fan base on the internet before you sign anything with anybody. You can make yourself hot. I think one of the first artists that I saw do that and do it successfully was T.I. T.I. built up the Grand Hustle brand and imprint before he signed that deal. You know what I mean? Luda did it a little bit with Disturbing the Peace. Jeezy. Man, Jeezy's buzz, you know, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Jeezy's buzz in Birmingham and all in the southern region was crazy before he signed with Def Jam. He was slinging shit out the trunks and doing shit all over before he got that major deal. So he had that negotiation leverage when he went in there. And there's, you know, a couple more artists that I can name like that, but y'all get the point. The point is, Benny's in a great spot right now. He's gonna be filling some big shoes signing with Def Jam, and Def Jam really, you know, they have artists that have been there for a while who still do their numbers, but they haven't like had a hot new signee in a minute. They signed Snoop on for the whole A&R shit, and he got with it. I mean, shit, that was a good play for them. So I wish Benny the Butcher the best. I'm a big fan of the whole Griselda movement. I have been since I first heard of him, and to see that that's the direction he's going in, I can't wait. I'm excited. You know what I mean? But look, I know it's been a minute, but I got some other things that I need to be doing right now. So that's all for this episode of The Dro Show. Shout out to the homie Quintero for making this shirt. I got a DIY episode coming where you actually get to see that he made this for me himself. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Do it yourself. You know what I mean? Don't wait. If you have the resources, if you have the knowledge, do it yourself. And if you don't have the resources and you don't have the knowledge is free. And resources may cost, but you can work with what you got to get what you want. DIY. Do it yourself. And if you do have a team, show respect, love, and support to them as well. Shout out to my wife for all that she does to help what we're doing. Follow me at Press Play Media Productions. And until next time, I'ma holler at y'all, man. And for a random freestyle any given time, you can still call the Press Play hotline at 205-617-9166. Peace.